Good morning, all you wacky weirdos out there. Thrash Pondo here, and I decided I'm going to give you a special treat today. Yes, as I'm sure many of you remember, this past February 27th was Retro Day. And initially, I intended to bring you something on Retro Day, being a retro channel, and as all days, it just kind of got away from me. So I decided we were going to have a look back on Retro Day. What could be more retro? And so I'm going to do a little telling of show. And I found a perfect example of something that fits the bill for Retro Day. Indulge. You see this? Know what it is? Most of you won't. No, it's not a paperweight. This is a travel entertainment center. No, it's not a phone. It's the one thing this thing doesn't have. But this thing is great. I'm going to try to keep it in shot. First of all, you see this big ocular thing here? That was called a television. In the days before flat screen TVs, where we just had TVs. And what makes this thing really, really, really great? It's black and white. Yes, this little tiny screen is black and white. Now, here's the funny thing. It wasn't cable ready. So, in my area, you got no channels. But the good news is, speaking of retro things, I had an adapter. Yes, this little prong thing at the end went into the microphone jack in the back. And this other thing here made the TV cable ready. And you would screw the cable onto that. And what I did in my case is, I took a cable splitter and then ran the coax out to the table where I had my PC, attached this monstrosity, and I could watch The X-Files while playing Civilization 2. Now, all you folks born in this century are probably already doing Google searches, if you're still watching. But anyway, moving forward, this thing also had other wonderful contrivances. Let me just see here. Yes, you see? It had a tape deck, as in cassette tapes. You guys remember cassettes? I certainly do. There was little flat devices loaded with a spool of audio tape. Best example I can think of, if you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy, he had a mixtape from his mom. And while we're on the subject of that, back in my day, mixtapes were a thing. If a girl gave you a mixtape, it meant she liked you. And then you would try to make one for her of equal or greater value, and it was always a toss-up. Do I put on corny romance songs or Blue Oyster Cult? Guess which one I usually picked. But anyway, it was so fun to make a tape. You could tape songs off the radio if you didn't mind a couple DJ voices at the front and back. My mother, Mama Thrash, actually one of the best gifts I ever got, it was a new stereo when I was in high school. Call it my sophomore, maybe junior year. And it had a dual, as in two tape decks. So you could play one tape and record another one while you were going. It was convenience itself, if you didn't mind a little audio piracy. But yes, and also, not to mention, this thing also has old-style radio. Yeah, that's the thing your grandfather listens to in the car when he's taking you to and from school. Well, not in my case. My granddaughter's mortified when I play my songs. I generally reserve my radio listening time to when they're doing a little shopping in the mall and I'm just waiting to pick them up, and I'm like rocking out to Michael Jackson, Annie Oakley, Did You Marry Jeff Buckley? And I can't imagine why she's embarrassed when I listen to my music. But anyway, again, what could be more retro? I mean, this thing actually falls into the category of what Allison, I don't want to get a copyright strike. What Ellison said about the Valley of Obsolescence, which, by the way, of course, as you all know, is another nickname for the bridge, or my den, or my garage. Just don't call it my garage. But anyway, that's all I got for you today. I wanted a nice little retro thing to share, and this is possibly the most retro thing I have in my house, apart from myself. But anyway, again, that's all I got for you today. Be sure to check me out tomorrow, 7:30, for my latest special edition live chat. If you haven't gone to that Fat Samurai Guy's movie dojo to check out his recent verses of the Beekeeper versus the Transporter, please do. We had so much fun making it. And don't forget, I have a collaboration with Kevin from the Entertainment Headquarters. We're going to be discussing them and some other early edition scary giant monsters. But anyway, until all those things, be good, be safe, be careful. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all again very, 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 very soon. And oh dear, I'm getting so forgetful in my old age. Like, subscribe, share, forward, and peace.